For today's video, I want to talk about the closed beta test of Snowbreak Containment Zone. Before I start, let me do a quick summary on what the game is about. Snowbreak. Containment Zone is a new 3D sci-fi RPG shooter game. It features innovative gameplay which combines shooting, character skills, and fast-paced movement. The storyline is held in a futuristic sci-fi setting. Without further ado, now that I finally managed to play the game, what do I think about it? I had high expectations, but sadly, they weren't met. But let me start by talking about what I find interesting and fun about Snowbreak. The shooter feature of the game is really nice and refreshing. As someone who loved playing Warframe, Borderlands, etc., I really wanted a third-person shooter gacha game. Snowbreak satiated my thirst to play another shooter game. The anime-style graphics are another plus. I've always been a fan of anime-style games, so combining that with shooter gameplay just made the whole experience better. Boss fights feel like boss fights, and what I mean by that is, there are mechanics to follow and it feels rewarding. Not just a boss randomly moving and randomly spamming attacks. Some bosses are also massive in size and give an immersive gameplay. Surprisingly, there is co-op, so you can enjoy the game with your friends, unlike the typical single-player gacha experience. Not to mention, the co-op is in a roguelike environment, so if you are into roguelike games, then you'll definitely like the co-op mode. If you played Punishing Grey Raven, you'll have no issues adapting to the game because majority of the features and systems of Snowbreak are greatly inspired from PGR. There can be 3 characters in a team, which promotes proper team building and gameplay variety. There is this thing called neuronics, which really adds a lot of customization to a character. It allows characters to specialize on something within their kit. I've always been a huge fan of customizations. Now, I want to talk about the things I don't like about the game. But quick disclaimer, this is from what I've experienced in the closed beta. Things might be different once the game is officially released. I will only mention a few things, but I actually have a very long list of what I dislike about the game so far. Here goes. Some stages are awkwardly huge and wide. For sniper lovers, it could be fun since that's basically the best environment for a sniper. But for CQC lovers like me, it just feels weird to chase enemies from point to another point. It doesn't feel like there is enough pressure coming from enemies. The gameplay is super chill when it shouldn't be since it is a shooter game. This is more obvious when you play sniper since you can just kill everything from a safe distance. If it wasn't obvious enough, the game heavily favors snipers. It is a very low risk and high reward weapon. There's this mechanic in the game called ricochet. What it basically means is that your bullets can get deflected by enemy armor. Sniper has one of the lowest chances of having its bullet getting deflected, which means they are good against any type of enemy, while other weapons suffer from heavy armored enemies. If that wasn't enough, the best damage dealers in the game are the 2 5-star snipers, especially with their 5-star signature weapons. And yes, there are signature weapons, which is another thing I don't like. Remember how I mentioned earlier that a lot of the features and systems are copied from PGR? That includes PGR's signature weapons. PGR's signature weapons is one of the biggest reasons I quitted that game. It's just linear, no versatility. Get the character's signature or get punished. No pun intended. Having the same element weapon for a character is rewarding, and signature weapons would always have the same element for the character they are made for. This also means that you are being inefficient if you equip it to another character of a different element. I could still go on, but that's it for this first impression. I do plan to give them very detailed feedback about the game, so hopefully things will change in the official release. Remember that the official release is in July. See you guys there. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Kimiたちの冬を温めてあげる。捕まえました。君たちの空のダンスを散らかすな。次の一撃は痛いぞ。捕まえました。医療班早く、残業の時間だ。捕まえました。 次の一撃は痛いぞ。今この瞬間私は蘇る。目の前に実績があるのに捨てるわけないでしょ。